Hey guys, good morning. So I'm on day 35, 36. Um, I just want to put a video out there and just tell you how the last few days have been. I've definitely have had some cravings. Definitely wanted to use. I went and got my medicine yesterday, and I was going to stick around the area. Um, actually, to go back into the area where I used to live at, because that's where I pick up my medication and once a week. And I was going to swing by and this convenience store I used to shop at, um, and pick up my cigarettes, which are like $7 a pack, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than paying $10 a pack here in the city. And I knew I wasn't in good energy, so I knew I couldn't do that. So I got the hell out of there as quickly as I could. Before I did that, while I was waiting on the bus, I watched a very inspiring lady. Uh, I try and watch her every day, multiple times a day. She puts out more than one video. Her name is Ethel. She's just this wonderful lady. If you're watching this, Ethel, I love you so much. Um, she always makes it a point to say that she loves not just me, but the people she's recording for, and it touches my heart, and I just love it so much. And she encouraged me to like get up, you know, not allow the depression to take over me. Which, I mean, the last handful of days it kind of has. There's been a lot of information that's been revealed, and I don't want to say it's like, I don't know, like I'm in a different energy now, so yeah, it was kind of depressing a little bit, and I was really looking forward to getting out of here on Sunday, and unfortunately that didn't happen, and so instead of instead of like, you know, finding something else to do, I decided to stay in bed all day. So I'm still fighting, you know, depression a little bit. I'm not taking any medicine right now for it. I really don't want to. I'm not quite sure where I am with that, because I know a lot of this purging, a lot of this healing, I've been able to do without medication. And you know, I kind of want to see where that goes. You know, I'm not in the same headspace I was, even a month ago. I was going to say a year ago, but yeah. So because of her encouraging message, I decided to you know, not live in fear, and I've been putting off going to the doctor, so I decided to go to the doctor. I know I'm fine. I can't wait for results for the tests that I've got that I took to come out, because I'm certainly going to share them. I can't wait. With that being said, like you know, I heard you know, a few things. You know, like, a few things have been said about me, like. But one of those things was like I've slept my way to the top. Like, how? Like, I'm not even fucking right now. Like, I haven't had sex in like a while, and then it was a while before that, and then it was a while before that. Like, I'm not even sexually active like that. You know, right now I'm abstinent. I'm celibate. I want to stay that way. You know, I don't like what I'm hearing about this monkeypox going around, and they're not saying it's a sexually transmitted disease, but it's awful funny that, you know, it's going around the community, and, you know, people are catching it after, you know, they have sex. So I don't know what's up with that, but my hair's really looking weird. Hey, that actually looks kind of cool. I don't know, we'll go with that. Hey. Looks like I'm wearing a hairpiece. I'm supposed to try to the side. I don't know. All right, we'll rock with that. So there we go. That don't look too bad. It still looks like I'm wearing a piece, but whatever. Anyway, so like I'm sure my boss would love to hear that I slept my way up to the top. I've been working in the hospitality industry since I was 18 years old. I'm 42, and I've been working in the hotel industry since I was 27. I started in 2007. So I have, what's 2007? Like, 2007, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's like more than 15 years of experience. I started July 9th, 2007. So it's been more than 15 years. If I've slept my way up to the top, I would be a GM by now. So whoever's saying that doesn't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm not making a whole lot of money for what I do. Considering how much other people are being compensated, and it's really none of anyone's business what I'm making, and I'm not going to share that because it's none of your business. And a lot of like what I'm hearing makes me feel like people are projecting like what they're doing onto me, and like, no, I would never sleep my way to the top. I would never sell my soul. Number one, you can't sell your soul. How do you sell something that's not yours to sell, for one? And there's no money, there's no amount of money in the world that would make me even consider doing that, because one, I already know you can't sell what's not what yours to sell, and two, like, eternity is forever. No, not even for $1 trillion. Like, that's crazy to me. So yeah. And then what else did I hear? Oh yeah, I'm hearing all about this family stuff, and like, I had a feeling, shit was going on, and my mom has been like communicating to me through dreams, and then I went through a period where I blocked my mom out because I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to believe it, and now I know, and now I understand why my mom and other people in our family moved and have moved like far away from certain family members. And I never wanted to feel that way. I never wanted to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Like, if the family's really like that, who the fuck wants to be around you guys? Like, who wants to be affiliated with that? And I don't care if that hurts your feelings. Like, what? Look at everything you did to hurt my feelings. Like, no. I can tell you this. My mom is pissed, and she's not going to let up. You think, she was a firecracker before? You think, like, she was an MFer before? She's, and my grandmother are going to be MFers now. They were both fire signs. My mom was born on the cusp of Scorpio and Sag, but she was more of a Sagittarius, especially in her older years. And my grandmother was an Aries, and they were both born in the year of the dragon. And they're pissed. That's part of the reason why I'm being helped the way I am. So I'm not going to go right now and point fingers at certain people, but those people know who they are. I know who you are. And anyone that has assisted the process along, and anyone who has the other people that I know that were involved, like, we're in a season of karma right now, and people are getting what's due to them, what's owed to them, and in a good way and a bad way, and even if you owe a little bit of bad karma, you're you're receiving that in return. And then if you are due a lot of good karma, you're still going to receive your good karma with your bad karma, and vice versa. So, a lot of people are, I guess they're aggravated right now, not necessarily with me, but like with what they're dealing with in their own personal lives. And what we need to understand is that something significant changed after 2020. We all know that. It's very similar to what happened after 9/11. It was like we entered through a new gateway or a new portal or something like that. And part of this new portal of 2020, that 2020 portal or gateway, is that we're manifesting things at a much faster rate. So when we do screwed up things, it's going to come back to us quickly, and more ferociously. And when we do good things, that we're also going to be rewarded in a much faster and a more magnificent way, if you will. And this is just where we are, and things are just going to continue to progress as time goes on. And there may be people out there who don't believe in this stuff, and I admit I was a skeptic about a lot of these things, but I'm not now. And I'm seeing and I'm understanding that there are a lot of people out there who are feeling the same way. So for to those people, you're not alone. I still have moments where I'm like, wow, is this real? I still trip out on like I feel like this is a movie or something. It's clearly not, but and then what else has been said? Oh, I reconnected with a friend of mine on Saturday night, and like she's laughing and shit. We're texting back and forth, and she's like letting me know like she I told her about like all these rumors about me being racist, and then she comes back with and a homophobe too, and I just busted out laughing. I thought it was like, she's just so funny, and it was so timely. And I was, I instantly texted back like, too, that too. So, and I haven't spoke to her in like 3 months or so, especially not during the time, because I've been here, staying here at the hotel, and I've been here 8 weeks now, and that's when a lot of this, well, the homophobe thing came out about a month ago, and then the racist thing came up about, I guess, 3 months ago. So it was like a few weeks before I started staying here at the hotel, and she's laughing with me, and she even said, "Make it make sense. And none of this makes sense." And I'm like, "I know none of this makes sense. Like, it doesn't make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. It doesn't. Like." And I'm just gonna say this for the people who are behind it. You don't know me very well. You are not like. You got the wrong one. You think this is gonna like destroy me, and it's just gonna make me stronger, and it's gonna increase my faith in God more. And there's nothing that can happen at this point that is going to destroy my faith in God or destroy my belief that God is going to straighten this whole situation out, and not only make things right for me, but identify the people who are behind this stuff. And I hope, I'm pretty sure, if my hope is that these people who are behind it, more so the people who were talked into, people who don't know me, and people who were talked into assisting this narrative along, or doing whatever they're doing with the technology or the communication systems, or any of the quote unquote systems. to make this narrative what it is, that they'll come to see the light, and not for my sake, but for the sake of what's right and what's wrong, from an ethical standpoint, and from a place in their heart, or from a place of compassion. Because just because someone says something doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean that they're right. And character is all about integrity and how you treat people. And I don't care what you guys think you're hearing. Like, I know who I am, and I know what I stand for. I get so angry because it is so counter who I am. Like, I'm attracted to black men. Like, I've been in relationships with black men. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like, none of it makes sense. Like, I like hip hop. The way I dance, I dance to R&B and hip hop. Like, it just doesn't. None of it makes sense. And then, like, the whole Asian thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, I have a whole background in Chinese astrology. Like, a lot of my beliefs are based on Taoism. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's just so stupid. And these people are doing it because they know what my interests are. They know the things that I believe. They know, or they've been studying me, and they know the different facets of the things I've chosen from different religions that make up my belief system. And it's just so freaking ridiculous. And they may even know, like, what my blood is made up of. I haven't done a 23andMe. My niece did. And I was shocked, but not surprised. I like, how you can be like, wow, but then, like, you're just not really, like, it's like not fazed by it. Like, it's believable. Well, that's kind of how I was when I found out that she tested a certain percentage, I think 9 or 12%, maybe it was 9% of Middle Eastern. And I totally can believe it, because all the males in my family, including myself, have like the crazy eyes, and I don't give a shit what people think of that, because Middle Eastern people joke. I have a friend who lives in Libya, and that's like a joke amongst them. Like, it's the heavy eyes, and I have that, and I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It puts people off, and it definitely makes people like look at me like I'm weird or I'm crazy, or it helps that. And at 42, I'm kind of glad. Like, it used to really bother me, but I'm not bothered by that shit anymore. Because you can't judge a book by its cover, and this is what this whole thing is about. Like, these people are hating because, they're, for whatever reason. I've heard from, because, I look good, which I don't see it, and I'm not saying that. I'm not being cocky. Like, it's taken me a long time to get to a place where I can accept that, people saw me as attractive, for a long time. I can look at pictures now, especially in my youth, where I was like, wow, I really was good looking. And I didn't see it then. I certainly did not believe it. And, now, like, I can believe it, but now I'm, like, more into, like, oh, well, my crow's feet are starting to come in, and my complexion's still not good, and, oh, that was something else, too. Like, I'm being hated on for gaining weight. Like, I don't know who's hating. It's probably someone who's got some weight on themselves, or if not, they have the perfect body, but at one time they had, like, weight on themselves, or maybe it's someone who has body dysmorphia, and they use steroids, or they use cosmetic surgery to make their body like look more appealing to other people, or it wasn't done for themselves. Like, I don't give a shit what you think about me gaining weight. Like, I need to gain another 5 pounds. Like, Comey is still skinny. I don't care how fat my ass is starting to look, or the love handles, or any of that shit. Like, I'm clean. Wait till I quit smoking. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're hilarious to me, because the more weight I gain is the more muscle I'm going to be able to uh, uh, mold once I start working out, which is coming soon. Like, you don't faze me with your criticism. Like, I think it's hilarious. Like, yesterday I was like, I bought a cheesecake from 7-Eleven, like one of those mini cheesecakes like that. And, I'm walking out of the store and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna eat a cheesecake right now. And I'm eating this cheesecake and I'm like, yup, I'll be that fat ass. I'm eating this cheesecake right now. I'm like, I'm gonna eat another one too. Like, that shit does not bother me. Like, I needed to gain weight anyway. I have like 3 pairs of pants and like 3 or 4 pairs of shorts, which, at some point I'll start like buying clothes or whatever, but I don't feel pressed at this point to buy any. Thinking about it, but like there's not a necessity to do so right now, so I'm not. And like my whole goal, especially since I've gotten clean, has been like, I want to fit into these clothes without wearing a belt, because I left my belt, where I used to live, and I consciously parted ways with my stuff, intentionally, because I just didn't want to carry that energy with me anymore. That's not to say I don't want my stuff, or my my family pictures are there, stuff my mom left for me from her passing, still with that stuff that I would appreciate having, and my family pictures, and then like any paperwork which would have my social security card and birth certificate, and that's another thing. Like, these people don't realize, you guys don't realize that we're all being watched. We're all being watched still. Like, and you may think it's a joke, or you may not believe that you're being watched, but you're being watched. Like, the fuck are you thinking? So I have nothing to hide. Like, my stuff is all on the up and up, but it's totally believable how this information is coming out, because I left things I with certain people. I've had things stolen from me. I've helped out people, especially during the years of 2020 to 2022, before I lost my apartment. I had people in and out of my house. I tried helping, and shit got stolen, or shit came up missing. And so a lot of these stories to me are plausible and believable. So I also know that God has revealed a lot to me through tarot. And that's another thing too. Like, for all these people like saying that I'm a Satan worshiper because I watch tarot readings, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You need to look at your own mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, or look at your own self in the mirror, and from what I hear and understand, it's those who project, which are those same people who have something to hide. And it's so weird, because the more sobriety I have, the more I'm able to, God is revealing things to me. Like, I can be out in public and I can pick up on like who's testing me and who's working for ops, and I know without a shadow of a doubt when someone's lying to me now, and like I can just see through all the BS. And another thing, like, don't tell me to be silent. Like, that's just no, like that's not how you get to make me shut up. Like, I'm not going to shut up at this point. If I feel like there's a need or a desire to share something, I'm going to share something. And I'm not coming from a malicious place. And people may think I'm being rebellious, but I don't feel like I'm being rebellious. I feel like I'm being authentic. I was made silent, and people were legit doing like witchcraft and sorcery through Satanism to modify my behavior, and beyond that, to try and kill me. You know, and it really makes me wonder about what happened to my mother. More so because my mom didn't know this because she was losing her eyesight, but her roommate was a Satanist. This guy had a room at my mom's house, and it was this room that my mom really had for me and my brother. And so this guy wasn't there after my mom passed, and my cousin and my uncle and I rode out to my mom to handle her affairs, and I'm staying in this guy's room while, you know, he's not there. I think he was in jail or something like that. You know, he had nothing but like satanic like shit in the bedroom. Stuff, you know, plastered on the walls, and a whole bunch of satanic shit and his stuff. And my mom, if my mom knew this, like, my mom would have never run into the guy, never. So there was a lot of like stuff going on behind the scenes that my mom didn't even know about. And this is why this stuff is more than believable. And then I think back to, you know, one of my family members took a picture of my mom, you know, when she was laid out. And I'm kind of glad that I have the picture, but I'm kind of glad that, you know, I could have gone without it. And I can't help but wonder, like, why that picture was taken. Like, I'm not one who believes in taking pictures of, like, dead people. Most people think that's weird, and I'm open-minded to, like, having a picture. You know, maybe as I get older, you know, I'll appreciate having it. You know, that's why I can, and how I can be open-minded about having this picture. But, you know, my intuition is telling me that's not why the picture was taken. And now that I know all this shit was done behind the scenes, like, it was something nefarious. It's almost like proof that someone's dead or something like that. Like, that's what my spirit is telling me. And my mom has been coming through in like dreams, and even you know, I'm having psychic hits and stuff like that, where, you know, I'm communicating, or my mom's communicating with me through like signs and synchronicities, and she keeps telling me that, you know, or she had been telling me, you know, that something funky happened and something funky was going on. And now the dreams are just more like, you know, see, you know, but I'm helping you, and, you know, the communication is like, you know, that she's with me, and that they are gonna help me get through this, and I believe that. You know, it's certainly been a supernatural awakening, or a supernatural you know, I've had this realization that, you know, there's a lot of mystical and supernatural things going on, not just around me, but, you know, working through my life. The more sobriety that I have, the more I'm able, you know, to stay off of low vibrating substances, whether, you know, it be food, or you know, not listening to things that keep me in low vibration, or people that keep me in low vibration, or hanging out with people who are in low vibration. And I will share this. I had a moment this past weekend where I had an issue with the guest, and, you know, it was certainly, I had a very difficult moment with this woman. This woman was talking down to me and talking about me to me referencing, basically, you know, she basically said that, you know, she felt I was sick. Insinuated that, you know, I was sick, and like not just like sick, like flu sick, but like sick in the head, and that really it really hurt my feelings and pissed me off, and it really disturbed me. And the way this woman went about it, like she tried turning the tables around to try and make it seem like, you know, it was something that I did, but this woman's approach from the very beginning, like she had it out for me, and her whole, anyway, like that aside, like, you know, I hope that woman, you know, I don't wish anything bad on that woman, or wish anything comes out of that, you know, that situation. But it was an example of how there are definitely people in my life, people I know and people I don't know, or people who think they know me, they don't know me, who are buying into a narrative that is just not true. And for that reason, like, and for other reasons, like, I'm not gonna shut up. Like, this shit doesn't make any sense, you know. And there's a way to go about this peacefully, and there's a way, you know, to do things aggressively. You know, in our country, we have the right to protest, and, you know, I'm protesting with my voice, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not against the law, and it's not holding me back from any blessing. It's not, you know, if anything, it's moving to my blessing more quickly, and it's increasing my blessing. You know, God does not want us to have a spirit of, you know, He doesn't want us to be a coward, and you know, you know, He doesn't want us to have a spirit of fear. Like, you know, God gives us a spirit of power and to command, and to walk, you know, to walk with confidence. You know, and there's a difference between walking in confidence and walking in arrogance. And, you know, I feel like when I stay connected with Father, or with Source, you know, and I do the things that I know that I need to do, like meditate and pray and study and communicate with Him, and, you know, stay in a high vibration, and, you know, stay open to things that other people judge and condemn. And when I use my discernment, even when people are saying that my discernment is judgment, you know, or I stay open-minded to people who are coming from a place of judgment, because I'm human and I've done it before myself, and I know the difference between being discerning and being judgmental. I'm being able to use my wisdom based on my experience, not necessarily my age. I'm vibrating differently, and I know it's bothering people. And, you know, my hope and prayer is that, you know, people are able to come into their own realization, you know, are able to put the work in themselves, that they too can vibrate high, that, you know, by connecting to their higher power and the things that they believe, and hold true to their heart and their spirit, that they too, you know, can walk with the confidence and experience the grace and mercy that I have and am currently experiencing in my life. And, you know, that goes back, like, to the situation with that woman. Like, you know, I was having a bad night, and certainly a bad moment, and I'm sure that woman was too. And that, you know, that's why, you know, it's so important for us, you know, to realize that, you know, we're all going through something, and a lot of, I know for me, a lot of what I'm going through is based on what other people are trying to push on me, but yet at the same time telling me to not pay attention to it, which makes no sense. So, you know, I'm doing my best to be my best every day. I'm not striving for perfection. I just haven't had a moment yet where, you know, I have succumbed to the cravings, or I've succumbed to, you know, the desire has overwhelmingly taken over me, or I just haven't been in a situation yet where, you know, I've been around people who are in low vibration, who are doing low vibrational things. Part of the reason why I'm still isolating. I don't want to have to deal with that at this point in time, you know, because I get stronger every day, but I'm not Superman, you know. I don't, you know, I'm still human, and I'm still very vulnerable at this point, and I don't have a problem admitting that. It's the truth. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that, you know, I can, you know, tell the truth and walk in the truth and be vulnerable, because, you know, now I know what I need to do. Damn, it's on my thigh. Oh my god. Like, I've gained all this weight. It's just like, what am I feeling? Anyway, so anyway, I'm very grateful to be at this place, and you know, I hope and pray that, you know, other people can experience this, and, you know, if not experience what I'm experiencing on a very small scale, that, you know, they can experience in a greater way. You know, I'm very lucky, and I'm very blessed, and I'm certainly not spoiled. Everything, you know, that I've had in my life, I've had to work for. You know, I've always been a worker. I've never been afraid to work. I've had some breaks, but those breaks were blessings based on work that I put in. You know, and you have to be willing to put in the work. And it's interesting how people can make comments about me being lazy because I'm not cleaning my room, but are the same people who sit on their, you know, dead asses, judging other people cleaning their houses, but not putting forth the effort towards getting a fucking job, or putting forth the effort towards picking up the phone and saying, hey, I need therapy, or hey, I need to make a doctor's appointment, or hey, whatever. Like, you know, and that's the difference between, like, that's the difference. So, you know, I clean when I feel like it's right to clean, you know, and I'm not like you. I'm not like everyone else, you know. I'm grateful and thankful I have this individuality and this ability to walk and march by the beat of my own drum. You know, God created us all to be unique and different. You know, every single puzzle piece makes up, you know, the great and grand picture of who and what God is. And I'm proud of my piece. And, you know, as I'm becoming more confident and proud of my piece, I'm able to experience more moments of peace. And it's my hope and prayer that other people are able to do that as well. So, with that being said, I hope everyone has a great day. I feel much better now that I've vented all that and got all that off my chest. I love you guys. This is my weekend. Woo woo! Enjoy your midweek, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.